People don't believe me when I tell them that I'm always busy, but I swear sometimes it feels like my calendar is controlling my life more than I'm controlling it. I wake up in the morning and it's like, okay, dinner with the family tonight, birthday party tomorrow, drinks with friends this weekend. Oh wait, there's lunch this weekend too. And I come from a very big family, so there's always something going on. My wife comes from a smaller family, but if you add them into the mix, then it only adds to all of the events. On top of that, my wife and I have some really close friends that are always inviting us out to do things. Going out to dinner, going out for drinks, more birthday celebrations, and even just getting together to catch up. And don't get me wrong, these things are great, we should be celebrating them, we should be doing them. I look forward to the dinners and the birthdays and the hangouts. They're fun, they're exciting, they're always a good time, so they create this fear of missing out. So we agree to go. FOMO, the fear of missing out, makes you feel like you have to be everywhere all at once. Like if you don't show up tonight, you're gonna miss out on the best night of your life. But here's the thing, have you ever actually gone out when you didn't feel like it? It's never as fun as you make it out to be in your head, and you just spend the whole time wishing that you were home and wondering why you didn't just stay there in the first place. Plus, saying yes to everything can quickly get to be a lot, so while you may be skipping out on the FOMO, what it may be leading to is feelings of overwhelm. Being overwhelmed, according to the Merriam-Webster dictionary, is defined as being overcome by force, numbers, thoughts, or feelings. In the way that you and I are using it, all of them apply. When you have that much going on in your life and you constantly agree to attending for the fear of missing out, you inadvertently end up trying to balance too many things all at once. Your mind is constantly in a state of organizing. I have dinner on Thursday, I hang out with friends on Friday, birthday party on Saturday. You're just tracking too many things, so you're bound to get overwhelmed. And being overwhelmed feels a lot like juggling 5 things at once, except you're not really good at juggling. And just when you think you're getting the hang of it, something else comes up and boom, your social life, work, and personal life are all over the floor. And actually, we haven't even talked about our personal life and all of the things that we, as individuals, want to do. Even the most outgoing of extroverts have things that they enjoy doing just for themselves. But when you always have something going on, when do you have time to do any of those things? When do you have time to read, to sit down and watch a movie? And in my case, when would I ever have a quiet moment to just sit down and work on YouTube? These things are all fun too. They're all things that you may be looking forward to that help fill your cup and help your days feel more productive. These things bring joy. Which is where the title of this video comes from, because when you realize that doing these things brings joy, and you can only do these things if you make room for them, you realize that there is joy in missing out on other things. The joy of missing out, JOMO you might call it. That's something you don't really hear much. Missing out is generally seen as a negative thing, but I want to challenge your perspective on that by using some of the things that we've already talked about. When you miss out on things like hangouts or dinners or parties, sure, you miss out on a good time there, but it doesn't necessarily mean you can't have a good time just staying at home. There's a special kind of joy in the simple things that can really only be experienced by staying in and missing out. For example, think of those days when it's freezing cold out and you're supposed to be at a party or whatever, but instead of going, you decide to put on your favorite hoodie, grab a glass of wine or a cup of tea, and sit down on your couch to watch a movie. Add some theater-style popcorn to the mix, and that moment, that's the joy of missing out at its finest. It's difficult to explain that joy without using a scenario like that one, but the good thing is everyone can relate to it. Everyone has canceled plans to just stay in and have a relaxing evening. If you say you haven't, you're lying. So we all know the joy of missing out. We've all experienced it firsthand. The thing is, it's not always easy to say no. Sometimes the fear of missing out wins and we end up agreeing to more than we would like to. So what can you do to experience more of this joy in your life? How can you say no without feeling guilty about it? The without guilt part is important here because outside of FOMO, feeling guilty about saying no to plans is probably the biggest reason why we say yes to everything. So with that in mind, here are 4 quick and easy ways to say no without feeling bad about it. Be honest. Real ones understand. Okay, first and foremost, I will always encourage truth and honesty, so the best way to say no is to just simply be honest about it. If a friend texts, yo, let's get drinks tonight, simply respond with something like, hey man, thanks for the invite, I kinda just wanna stay in tonight though, y'all have fun. This approach is short, simple, and to the point. There won't be many questions because you were honest about it from the beginning, and if the person that invited you is a real friend, they will completely understand. Which, by the way, as an aside, saying no to events without feeling guilty starts with having good friends and people that actually care about you. Yes, they may still give you a hard time for not going out because that's what friends do, but they won't make you feel like shit for prioritizing yourself. So choose your people carefully. The rain check, but mean it. For those of you who don't know what a rain check is, it basically means that you say no this time, but promise that you'll attend the next time around. So going back to that text, yo, let's get drinks tonight? All you have to say is, ooh, I'm not feeling it tonight. How does next Friday look for you? Yeah, you say no, but it softens the blow because you suggest a different date when you are willing to say yes. That said, only use this one if you really mean it. If you keep giving your friends rain checks and then you just never follow through, you'll come across as dishonest, flaky, and as someone who just doesn't want to hang out with their friends. So if you say you'll do it later, do it later. The partial yes. This one works great if you don't want to outright say no, but you also don't want to spend your entire night out. Essentially, you agree to go, but you set your boundaries up front about how long you're willing to be there for. Back to the text again. Yo, let's get drinks tonight? Your response would be, sure, but I don't really feel like being out all night. Is it cool if I just swing by for an hour or so? Again, if the person inviting you is a real friend and just wants to see you for a bit, they will most likely be cool with it. Also, when you set your boundary, stick to it. Don't say you'll be there for an hour and then just stay out all night because you feel guilty about leaving. If you do this, it sets a precedent and you'll always feel pressure to stay out all night no matter what you say. Plus, it gives your friends the impression that you're easy to convince if they don't want you to go yet, so just leave when you said you were going to leave. The chill alternative. The chill alternative is the best option out there for those who really just can't say no, but they don't feel like being out in public or socializing with people outside of their immediate friend group. This method works exactly as it sounds. When you get invited to do something you don't really want to do, suggest a different, perhaps more laid-back alternative. Back to the text message one last time. Yo, let's get drinks tonight? Text back with, I'm down for drinks, but I'm not really feeling public spaces. Y'all down to just come to my place and open a couple wine bottles? What this does is show your friends that you do want to spend time with them, but in a more chill, more tight-knit setting. In a place where you can stay indoors and relax, but also be with the people you care about. After all, nobody said you had to hang out at home and watch a movie all alone. It's okay to do things with others. Speaking of which, I talk about doing stuff with others more in this video, but in relation to life's difficulties. Consider checking it out next if it sounds interesting. But with that, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.